Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. It is after midnight and we are doing an unboxing of Crisis in Korea by Sebastian Bay. This was a Kickstarter run by Catastrophe Games. It just arrived. Sebastian Bay is known for Littoral Commander Indo-Pacific from the Dietz Foundation, and Littoral Commander The Baltic will be coming out sometime, not sure if later this year or next year. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box here. There's actually two games. So let's get the shrink off. And the shrink is now off. Let's take a look inside here. Well, let's take a look at the back of the box first. Since the shrink is off, there should be a little less glare on it. All right, let's zoom in and go down to this portion here. All right. So, because there's two games in this box, Loose Nukes and KTO Crisis, that's Korean Theater Operations, there are two maps. I don't know if there's 2x6, one for each game, or either or both of them use 2x6. One counter sheet with 89 counters, which I assume has units for both games. Rules for the two games. Now, not clear if it's one rule book with the rules for both, or there's a separate rule book for each. We'll find out. 5 blue cubes and 5 red. As we mentioned, Sebastian Bay was the designer. There are two developers, Christopher High and Jim Matt. It does say these are two-player games with a 50 to 30 minute time frame, ages 4+. Not clear how solitaire-able this will be. There's no indication of complexity level or solo ability. But let's get this open. All right, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom back to about normal. Now, I'm not sure if I can do much about that glare there. I'm tilting. Okay, Loose Nukes. Aha, yes. I was wondering if they might do something with this. The old flip book contents where you go in one way and you have the rules for one side. And then after that, it's going in from the other direction. And hopefully, as long as they did it right and printed them the right way, flip-sided which, that'll all work out. Now, that is quite glossy, so that's going to be hard. Let's see if I go back out. Wow. No. And the fact that it's dark with light, the contrast is not the best. Not sure why they elected to do this. It's not the worst case I've seen of light text on dark, but it's certainly not as readable if it was the other way around. If it was dark gray or black on the white, it would be much easier to read. And red on black or red on dark gray, that's not as easy to read. All right, so I may not spend too much time looking through the rule book now. When I read it, I'm going to need to get in a place where the light is a little different. Republic of Korea Alliance, PRC, People's Republic of China, DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. So this is Loose Nukes, which was described as North Korea, Democratic People's Republic, Korea sort of having collapsed or in turmoil, and you play the Republic of Korea or the People's Republic of China going in and trying to secure the nuclear assets before some rogue leftover North Korean element gets them and decides to try to use them or some such. All right, 10-turn game. All right. And looking on this side, KTO Crisis. All right, as you can see, a very simple point-to-point map here, not very big picture in the setup, but it's pointing out where the capital cities are and things like that. All right, let's look at the rest of the components. Okay, map. When they say 2 maps, it's 1 map sheet, 2 sides. All right. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, the 2 dice. These are custom dice. Instead of a 6, they have a automatic rifle or a machine gun of some sort. Yeah. That's a bipod. Trying to recognize something. But yeah, again, my pet peeve is I prefer to have the special number on the 1 side instead of the 6 side. It's 1 symbol, therefore it's represent. Some people, oh, you wanted the 6, you rolled something special, you rolled big. Well, yeah, each person has a preference, but so those are there. This is the very thick Blue Panther thickness, like of their counters, maybe a tiny bit thicker, and it's got that odd coating. I've never seen it any other than Blue Panther. It's hints of a light texture, but it's not really textured. But you'd imagine it to be quite durable. I've never spilled water on any Blue Panther counters. Normally their maps are paper or canvas. I've never seen a map on this. All right. Round tracker. So the number, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, there you go. You can see that better. That's nuclear assets. So the quantity, I would assume, point value, victory point value, or something, 1, 2, and a 5. Missile base are these here. Nuclear facilities, uranium enrichment areas, nuclear reactors. Now, what's the? It says educational purposes. That's interesting. Nuclear facilities, educational purposes. I'm assuming those are small reactors for training and/or. I know at the University of Washington, they had a small, tiny reactor for the nuclear engineering students. So I'm going to assume that's what that is the equivalent of. Missile launch facilities. SRBM. Short-range ballistic missile. Oh, great. All right. The counters. There are 2 counter sheets. All right. Oh, I hope these are intended to be blank. This one. They're blank on both sides, so that doesn't mean. So it's like I could imagine in the game, looking for the assets. You might have, dummies or something, but no, that's blank on both sides. So maybe you're pulling, from a chit draw kind of thing to see what you find or not. I do not know. But it's the same on both sides. If that was intended. I remember getting one where, that wasn't, the counter sheet was like they had two of the same side instead of having a flip side. So occasionally the Blue Panther quality control misses, and you just need to contact them and they will send you the new stuff, the replacements. I have not had a problem with that yet. All right, so these are slightly different on each side. Does that say something, or is that just... I cannot read that at all, if that's supposed to be readable. Okay. So one big fallout warning sign, a little one with, I don't know what... If that's supposed to be readable, it's not. Now these are numbers. Oh, that's what it's a number one sideways. It's like there's something wrong with the... There's like a little line through the middle of it. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So looking at it from the right direction, you can tell it's a number. All right. So single ones, zeros, ones, twos. So this is probably, you see this side here, you'll reveal it to see how many are there. All right. We have a player aid card. I don't think that was mentioned on the back of the box. But again, it's suffering the glare issue. It's suffering the light text on a dark background. Suppose you don't have to refer to this too often. You'll get used to, it's a pretty easy sequence to play here, right? Movement phase, action phase, consolidated phase. What are your actions available? Now this part here, you might have to refer to a bit until you get memorized all the action types and what, I'm not sure if this is a roll or a cost or something like that. Successes are higher numbers. All right, so that's what we have in the box. One player aid, two counter sheets that appear to have been cut in half, but not from each other, because those colors would not do that. So I am guessing they print a big sheet of these and cut it in half, and a big sheet of these and cut it in half to get two. So you make sure you pair them up right. But yeah, so it's two counter sheets. $13, $12, $5, $60, $63 counters and two blanks. It's really 65. So there's 65 in each. There's really 130 counters, but this is saying counters, one sheet with 89 counters. No. So obviously physically they changed how they were going to do this and didn't change the text on the back of this, which should have been very easy to do because it's a print-on-demand publisher. So they could have, we're changing this. Well, you just changed the stuff. And so I don't know if they printed up a ton of the boxes ahead of time. Then wait a minute. Oh no, the counters, we ended up changing how we did it. But if there's 63 on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35, it still doesn't add up. There's 36. There's 99. Did I count wrong or right? There's 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 5 is 63. There's still 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35, 36, 63 plus 36 is exactly 99, not 89. Not counting all those blanks. All right? So you get a little more. You get more counters than it says in the back of the box. And there are no cubes. So, gonna have to find out if the cubes are supposed to be in there and they weren't. Or did I miss them? I missed them. All right, so pulling all that stuff out, this came flying out. And I see exactly 5 red cubes and 5 blue cubes. All right, so the blue forces and the red forces. All right. So I'm going to spend a tiny bit of time looking at the rule book a little more. We're at 15 minutes. I should cut it short, but I feel we could look at it. So that's showing the other games, which is, yes. You notice here at the edge of the box, see that there? That's a little bomb symbol. It says 8. Okay, so that's game number 8. Just like Hollandspieler has a little hex on the spine of their boxes, and it's the sequential number that the game was published, then they call it their hex number. Well, this would be their bomb number for Catastrophe Games. So this is new, number 8. Here's the 7 first games from Catastrophe Games. All right. Do you have them all? I do, of course. So let's go back and look at this one a little bit here. Now, one of the things that I didn't remember seeing or not, was there a chart, like a combat chart, or is it assumed we're going to have a no conflict as we're special abilities, fine jets. Wow, this is a short one. So this one had a full 8 pages. Well, the front cover, I'm looking upside down, but so that was counting as page 1. So 2 through 8. So that's 7 pages. And then there's advertisements. And on this side, coming soon, Arabian Struggle in Insurgent Algeria. And so, yeah, so 2, and this is just credits. So there's 5 pages of rules, with that one just being credits. Really 4 pages of rules for KTO Crisis. Setup, objective, node control, how to play, DPRK. So pet peeve. Somewhere it explained DPRK, and I know what DPRK stands for. But in the context of the rules for this game, if you're picking it up to learn this game here, they start in here, set up, and they can start with the PRC. What's the PRC? Well, I know it's the People Republic of China, but maybe someone else like DPRK, ROK Alliance. They don't say. Okay, that's bad form. Always explain what your acronyms or initialisms are. Now here they do it for victory points. Victory points, VPs. But yeah, not the nations involved that are being represented by their initialisms. Do they ever in the rules here for this? Nope, I don't see it. All right, so now maybe there's, this is the front, and you saw this front, and maybe they have some general things. Like here, nuclear asset NA tokens, they define it that way, but no, DPRK, they don't do that. Oh, here we go. This one does have the key right here even though it's referenced up here. Don't do this before that. If you're talking components and you're labeling, this is part of this, not part of the setup. You should have a section first that's the definitions or whatever. And the fact that you did it here on that side and not here, maybe I missed it, but no, I did not. It's not here. All right. Meandering Mike, Man Cave of Madness, pet peeve. We're done complaining. So it looks interesting. 2 micro games, as they call them, from the good old days. Even though the fact that I'm gonna zoom out a little bit more, since these maps don't fold up, right? If you can fold it that much, that's about the size of the old style micro games, which actually are a little smaller because they even folded their maps into 2 or 4, either in half or in quarters. But since this doesn't fold, you may have 2. This is a typical size box. It's a little thinner than, some of them are thicker, but you couldn't take this with you in a coat pocket. So they're not micro games. They may be micro games in the sense of the scope of activity and the number of counters and stuff, but it's not really a micro game. But it looks interesting. The maps look nice for their small simplicity. I don't know if you can notice, but there's this little like color texture on the map, and it doesn't represent mountains or hills. It represents a mushroom cloud. If you can't see it, I'm gonna try to zoom in and see if you can see it. If you're too close, so there is a mushroom cloud behind the what you see in the forward, your eyes. There's a light. Yep, that's right. It's there. You probably now we're too close. Here you go. Yep. Well, this is just plain, simple, red, blue, with no comment results table. So in the course of this, wait, what? 2 dice 6, 5 plus. I'm assuming they mean each die hits on a 5 or 6. And they're not adding it up. You don't roll 2 dice, add it up, and make a 5 or get it. Because here they say 4 die 6, 3 plus. Like, wait a minute. You're going to roll anywhere from 4 to 24. You can't. So obviously it means each die on a 3 plus. Use a nuke. Blow up any. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. I had forgotten I had changed the zoom level. We are looking at these numbers here. I come closer, and now I got to try to avoid the glare. Wow. All right. So 2 dice 6, a 5 plus. So you're hitting on a 5 for each die. 4 dice using a nuke. 3 plus, but then you have to check see if the game ends. 4 plus. So 50-50 chance the game just ends. If you use a nuke, it's over. Fighter jets. Once before combat, add 4 dice 6 of 4 plus. So it's just I start seeing things, and then my hand starts drifting, and you can't see what I'm seeing. Boy, this whole last segment's kind of crappy. Maybe I'll cut it out and refilm it. Nah, right now I'm not in the mode for editing stuff, so I'm just gonna get it the way I got it. That's my problem for doing these things so late at night. All right. Well, folks, Meandering Mike, Man Cave of Madness, blah, blah. So 2 small games. They've labeled them as micro games, but I'm going to contend, man, it's not really a micro game if you can't fit it in your pocket. Counters, a funky, glossy, contrast problematic rulebook, but it is what it is. 2 dice, custom dice, cubes. Figure out what those are for. There were some tracking areas on the chart. So zoom out. Low quality here at the end. Oh, yeah. All right, folks. Take care. I'll probably do maybe one other unboxing this week. That's probably all I have energy for. Really need to take a week or 2 off and take care of some stuff and all that. So we will see if we do that or not. So gonna wish you all a good evening. Remember, take care of yourselves and take care of your games, because they will take care of you. And don't use nukes. Just say no. Ciao.